Hi everyone, welcome to today's class. So today basically we are going to look into the interview preparation one topic. Um, so before starting, let me tell you that my voice is not good today, so maybe you might face some challenges during the for the audio session. So please listen this in headphone, so it will be better for you, I believe. Not able to speak loudly, so that's why maybe voice may be a little bit slow. Okay, so let's start today's topic. So this is the reason why I'm not able to record the other classes. I'm still preparing one class for the EWM. Okay, and as for HANA will also it will come later in this week also. It will come. Okay, don't worry. We will be planning for two classes at least for a week. So let's start today's class. So today's class or today's topic is most common one. Okay. So it is for the introduction. Okay. So whenever we go into an interview, so first thing we will be asked on the introduction. So many of you might think that it is not that much important to um, practice or work on an introduction. Rather, we should practice on the subjective topics and other topics that are related, right? So let me tell you, introduction is very crucial one. Okay, so why we need to uh, work on the introduction or why we should practice on the introduction because it will be crafting a very strong first impression. Let's say whenever you are meeting someone or greeting someone, right? If his first words are, let's say, it's kind of touching or it's kind of, let's say, impacting you. So your impression on them will become like that will be becoming good, right? That will become good, better, or I can say a great impression on you. Okay, so same thing will happen and happens in the interview also. So that is the first reason you have to prepare on the introduction part also. Okay, so whenever let's say a positive introduction, you are giving a positive introduction, so it will be very crucial for your rest of the let's say interview which will go on. It will very much impact from your introduction itself. Okay, so your tone, let's say making let's say a accent in the English. Okay, some people try to do that in the interview so that it will be giving like not in the only in the interview but in the presentation also. Some people try to create an accent with their language. Okay, it is creating a very good impression on the interviewer or to the audience which you are giving the presentation. That will make a very good impression on that. So it is a first kind of thing, doing the first things first. Okay, so it will establish communication, means it will establish a relationship between you, and it will show your confidence, like how confident you are in the topic, how confident you are in your life. So everything will be fine for you if you are going with a good attitude, you are going with a good confidence. So it will be definitely it will be impacting your interview. Okay, so that's why you should go for the introduction preparation or introduction practice. Or so likewise I have said you is the initial impression. If you are able to um, give a good introduction, then it will give a good impression to the interviewer, and it will come to the let's say it will stay till the last. If you are having like good subjective knowledge, I'm not saying that only practice on the introduction and don't look into the subjective matter. If you are giving a good introduction and you are not strong in the subjective part, then also afterwards your interview is going to be ruined. Okay, so that's why prepare well with your introduction. With that, you have to prepare well with your, let's say, subjective topics also and other topics also which are essentially required. Okay, so this is kind of important, let's say, for freshers also, for experienced profile people also. You need to, at least you need to have some knowledge on your end for your interviewer. Okay. So why I'm saying about the company. So if you are a fresher, you need to know, let's say they might ask you some question, why are you joining our company? You need to know something about their culture, their values. You need to know something about that so that you can tell that I heard this thing or I know this thing, so I want to be a part of this company. So for freshers, it is these kind of things you need to know, culture and values. Okay. For an experienced professional, whenever you are going for an interview, you need to know the company. Let's say how it will be helping in, let's say, in the interview process. Let's categorize in something. Some places let categorize. In most of the time, I see the questions from some guys like, how will be the interview in, what are the questions in, let's say, Infosys interview, what are the questions are getting asked in the Deloitte interview, what are the PwC questions. So see, if someone is asking you like that, there is no proper question or there is no setup questions are there which will be asked in any, let's say, interview. Rather, the questions will be asked based on their requirement or based on your resume. Okay, if your resume is shortlisted, then it means that your resume, like whatever things you have written in your resume, that is matching with the job profile. So that's why your, um, let's say, your resume is getting shortlisted and you are in the interview. Okay. So there will be no likewise questions, but mostly what will happen, let's say if we take consideration of the big four company. Okay, in our IT, we categorize two types of company. One is the big four company and another are rest of the companies. Okay, Ra afterwards we can, let's say, divide into subcategories also. We can categorize into that. But basically, if you are a experienced professional, so your category will be two types. One is a big four company, one is a rest of the companies. Why I am saying this? Mostly big four companies are into the implementation part. Okay, mostly if you are going for, let's say, 4 to 6 years of experience or 4 to 7 years of experience, mostly they are into the implementation side. There is a very less chances are there will be a support project. Okay, so in those companies, what you need to prepare if you are going for a interview, let's say in Deloitte or in PwC or let's say in entity data, not entity data, in the, let's say, E&Y, right? So Accenture is kind of mixed kind of thing, but if I tell about these companies mostly deal with the implementation projects. So you need to understand the whole concept of implementation. You need to prepare more on the implementation topic rather than the, let's say, the support topics. Okay. If we say about the other companies, which are basically, let's say, if we say rest of the companies, okay, rest of the companies means service-based companies, not the product-based companies. Service-based companies, what will happen? Mostly they will hire you on a pool basis or they might be hiring you on a project basis. Normally they don't do with a project basis, they do it with a, let's say, pool basis. If you are in a 3 months period of notice period, okay, I'm saying for them. If you are for, let's say, 1 month of notice period, 45 days of notice period, or you are already resigned from your company, you are not having that much of notice period, you are also, um, you can also consider those kind of things. So mostly in those time, let's say you are having a lesser period of notice period, then might be you will be interviewed for the project directly. Okay, and in the pool hiring, normally they will be asking you more into the let's say the support side. Okay, mostly it is as I have seen in my career. So this is mostly they will be asking you more questions into the support side. Okay, support means basically the process overview, how you are working, what was your previous company working style, what are the methods you are following. These are the things mostly they will be asking. Okay, so understanding your company culture and their values. So company culture, this will come inside your company culture. Let's say if it is a service-based company, then mostly they will be asking you on the support side. So you need to prepare on the support side more. You need to emphasize on your daily working, daily work culture. You have to emphasize on that one. Along with you have to understand the implementation part also. But most of the company, most of the service-based company, if they are not taking you for an implementation project, let's say if it is not for the implementation project interview, then mostly they will be asking you on the support project and support working. Okay. And if it is an implementation process, if they are going to hire you for an implementation project, they will be asking you some questions onto that. This is the major difference if you understand the companies. Okay, product based companies, mostly they will be like point to point they will be asking you, let's say whatever process they are working, they will just look into you and they will see if you know the concept, if you know the things properly. So it will be like product based company will be see they will be not taking you into any kind of like there will be no clients for them. Okay, you will be directly working under them. So it will be little bit tough interview for your let's say product based company. Okay, they will be asking you more into the let's say inside the theoretical topic. They will ask you more whatever things they are running into, whatever issues they are having, so they will be asking you these kind of questions. Okay, so this is all about your company culture. Next, you need to understand your interviewer. Okay, so before it was not possible to know all these things, but right now, whenever you are getting a interview schedule, okay, whenever you are getting an interview schedule, there your interviewers also listed. Means the invitation goes to both the interviewer and the candidate. It goes to both. So you can have a name from there. From that name, you can find in the let's say in the LinkedIn or in any kind of professional networking websites, you can find the interviewer details. Okay, so if you are getting some details, so it is also helpful. Okay, why I'm saying this? Um, let's let's say in let's say in and also there are some people who are not listed or who are not registered in the LinkedIn also. That is also fine. But if you are getting any information, let's say you are having an interview and they mention that their skills are in MM or their skills are in EWM or their skills are in WM. Okay, so that will be also helpful for you to understand like what kind of questions you can get. Okay, if someone is expert in MM, they can ask you more question into the MM. If the profile or if the job role is like multiple kind of thing, let's say MMWM or MMEWM, you can just understand what is the perspective of this person, this interviewer. Okay, so you can get an idea. It is just a thing, not like you can get some detailed idea, but you can get some information from that also. You can prepare little bit on that also. Okay, so this is related to your face-to-face interview. Right now, it is not the COVID time, and some of the interviews are happening on, let's say, walk and drive, or they are asking you to come to the office and give the interview. There, you have to sit in front of the interviewer. So it is very important that whenever you are going to an interview physically, then you have to um, like you have to also consider some of the points while you are going for a like face-to-face interview. Okay, so all the time while you are in the interview, maintain a eye contact. This is same for the online and offline. Whenever you are going for online interview also, you have to look into the webcam so that the interviewer know, like whenever you maintain a eye contact, it reflects your confidence, okay, that you know something about the question or subject what is getting asked to you, okay. And whenever you are going to the physical interview or let's say face-to-face interview, there you have to, whenever you are sitting, sit with a good posture, okay. And whenever you are answering something, just give a smile and you can answer your questions. Try to uh, practice this, okay. There will be a lot of time, it will not happen, but if you practice, definitely you will be able to do it, okay. So whenever you smile, it also shows your confidence and shows your positive attitude. Okay, so do these things. So first and last things are only required for if you are going for a, let's say, online interview. If you are going for an offline interview, also try to also try to consider or also try to maintain the good posture also. This will, your body language will show your confidence also. Don't try to lean a lot of towards to the interviewer, or don't try to lean on the let's say your back support of your chair, okay. So maintain a in between distance which will just show your attitude that you are not very relaxed, or you are not very let's say um, anxious about the interview, okay. So just try to maintain that one, okay. Now let's come to the introduction format, okay. So in the introduction format, so basically it will start with your full name. Okay. There is one more thing you need to consider. If the interviewer has already mentioned your name, let's say I'm going for an interview, and the interviewer says, Anshuman, please give your introduction. So no need to mention your name again. Okay. No need to mention your name again because already he knows you. Okay, he already knows your name, not knows you, but already he knows your name. So don't need to, no need to mention your name again. So you can start with, so you can mention your, you can start with your current position, or you can start with your education background. So you can mention, like, let's say you can go with um, chronologically from, you can go from current date to backwards, or you can start from your education to the next level job and all. You can start as per your wish, as per your, let's say, practice. Whatever things you are practicing, whatever things are there, you can just mention likewise. Okay, either you can start from currently I'm working on this company on this position, and my education backgrounds are this, my family backgrounds are this. You can just try to maintain this, or you can start with I belong to this state, or I belong to this place, and I have done my master's, or I have done my bachelor's in this technology on this year, right? Then you can go to next what you have done. If it is your first job, then you can mention this is my, after my completion of my career, I'm searching for jobs. Let's say if you are an experienced professional, so you can mention your experiences from the backward to forward, or from forward to backward. If you are, if you are telling in the format of from the family background to gradually forward, then try to maintain it as the, let's say, first job, then second job, then the next job, next jobs. Okay, you can try like this one. Okay, and next thing, once you are completing with all these three section, one is a family background, next thing is a education background. Third thing is a professional background or your job profile, job positions. If you are completing with this one, next you have to mention your, let's say, work profile. I'm saying this for only experienced professionals. Okay, if you are a fresher, then you can tell about the knowledges. Let's say you are going for a subject of SAP MM interview. It is common for all. Let's take an example of SAP MM. If you are a SAP MM trained fresher, so you can mention these are the topics which I got trained on and I have a good knowledge on it. Okay, so you can mention like that one. Okay, if you are working, then you have to mention on which profile you have worked in the recent days, which profiles you are working on. These kind of questions, these kind of things you can include in your introduction. So whenever you are adding some pointers, just make some notes or make some pointers over there. This is my introduction. This is how I should introduce myself. Try to write it down, then practice it. Okay. So, as I have mentioned, you have to mention your work experiences and your job profiles. You have to introduce or you have to modify it as per the job description of the company. Okay. So, whatever things you are getting in the job or in the job profile, you have to customize your introduction as per that one. First three things will not be changed. First three means your family background, your educational background, your job background will not change, but maybe your job roles or your experiences might be changing. Let's say someone is asking you, or in their job profile, they have mentioned implementation project. So you can start with I have done two implementation or I have done one implementation project. Let's say if someone is mentioning like must have experience in the support project, so you can start with I have worked with two support projects or three support projects, or likewise you can mention something like this. Okay. So first three things will not change. Last thing is customizable and you have to customize it as per the role. Let's say they are mentioning in the job profile that you must have worked on the master data or you must have worked on the STO scenario. You have to include that in your introduction. Okay. So you have to add it into your introduction. So likewise, I have mentioned highlight your specific skills or experiences relevant to the role. That's what you have to mention in your last part. Okay, because from that part only the interviewer will take the interview in the next part, right? So there you have to give a clue or you have to end it on a proper note from which they can get a question and they can take it forward. Let's say you are saying that I have worked in the master data or I have worked in the STO scenario. Maybe they will be asking you next question on the STO scenario, or they will be asking the next question from the let's say master data scenario. Let's say if they're having some, let's say they are having some uh, job profiles related to your implementation project, they might ask you on that one. But whatever things you are mentioning in the introduction itself, they will be, let's say, taking it forward from that introduction part itself. Okay, if you are not giving any hint over there, so what will they do? They will ask you anything randomly from your resume, or they will be asking anything randomly from their job description or their job profile. Okay, it's better to give some hint from your side which topic you have prepared well. So you have to just include that topic in the interview, sorry, in the introduction to the last part, so that it will be like going uh, like it will be creating a impact, or it will be having a, let's say, clue for the interviewer, like okay, this person is having this experience, we also have the requirements, let's ask from this topic. Okay, so this is why I say you just end with a proper note. Okay, so you can just end with that, like this is all about me. So you can end it. Okay, afterwards they will be asking you the questions. Okay, so this is all about the introduction format. This is how you should prepare for the introduction. Make a note of it. Likewise, here I have mentioned some of the bullet points. Same point, try to write it down in a notebook where whenever you are preparing for the interview, make it as a habit. Daily introduce yourself. So daily introduce yourself or have an introduction session in front of the mirror or try to record yourself. Okay, try to see what are the errors are there, what are the issues are there. Okay, if you record yourself, you will be able to know if you are looking into your eyes, if you are looking into the camera, if you are perfectly sitting, your posture is right or wrong, something you have missed. Let's say for the first time, or let's say for till the 10th time, you will be not able to tell it in a complete format or in a, let's say, flowing format. You cannot tell, but 11th time or 20th time or 50th time, definitely you will be able to do it. And once you are mastering on this, definitely your interview will be lot more easier than the current one what you are having right now. Okay. So these are some of the mistakes that some people do. So don't, um, for freshers, these are kind of things which they do these mistakes. So don't tell like I'm a dream player, I am a workaholic, and until I finish some work, I don't take rest. These kind of things don't tell in the interview. Okay. So don't tell these type of examples or any kind of these kind of things. So it will be, it is already known to the interviewer that you are only telling as per the whatever things are available over there or whatever things you are hearing outside. So don't try to add these kind of things. It is not required. Once you are, they only need, means in every organization, if they are hiring you, so they will be hiring based on your, let's say, skills and profiles and your ability, right? So if you are a team player or not, mostly this team player kind of thing, it runs only outside of the industry. Okay, when you are inside the industry, most of the people they don't follow this team player rule, or they don't consider anyone as a team. So this is sad, but this is the reality. Okay, most of the people they don't treat you as a team. Okay, so don't expect that this will have a good impact on the interview. Don't tell this kind of things. Rather, you can focus on your self, let's say your skills. You can, rather saying I'm a team player, you can mention like some of your skills you can add in that part. Okay, and don't try to give some personal information that is not relevant. Okay, so if they're asking you, let me tell you some examples. Let's say um, you are saying directly before they are asking, you are saying that I'm having a 2 years of gap in my professional career, or I'm having a gap in my study career. Don't give this information or provide this information unless they are asking you. Okay, if you are having a gap, that is fine. If you are lacking in somewhere, that is fine. If they are pointing it out, then you have to um, you need to have an answer on that one. Rather than that, don't try to explain those kind of things. Third thing, let's say position and all, don't bother about those things. Okay, those things are also a barrier. So we can talk in some other classes for those. Okay, so this is basically you need to focus on, and this is something, the last points are something which you need to stay out from. Okay. So as I have said, practice makes perfect. So you have to practice your introduction with a friend or in front of a mirror. Let's say you are practicing, or if you are going to any kind of institutes, or if you are having a friend with whom you are preparing, so practice your introduction with each other. Try to find out what is a good way, what is the good thing. So try to do it. Try to practice well, and try to practice this multiple time till you think that it is fine, it is better. Till you think that, till then practice. Okay. So as I have said, record yourself. Okay. So you can access your tone, your speed, your body language, everything you can record and see. Okay. You can just try to see and try to improve yourself. Okay. So let's see what are the key points. So as I have said, try to record your interviews. You can review them and you can take action on improvement. Whatever things are lacking, you can take improvement. And you can watch some mock interviews. I believe in YouTube there are a lot of mock interviews are there. But try to look into your relevant one. Okay, don't go to watch any of the mock interview. Try to watch the um, mock interviews which are related to you. Let's say you are preparing for WM interview, watch the WM mock interview. If you are going for a MMM interview, watch to the MM mock interviews. Okay, so from the mock interviews also you can see how they are giving the introduction, what is more suitable, what is more in your view, which is more valuable or which can add some values to your interview. Try to do that thing. Okay. And also, if you are ready with a mock interview, you are prepared for a mock interview, you can also write in the comment section, or you can write in the group, you can ask in the group, you can ask me personally. We can have a mock interview if you are practiced, if you are done everything. Okay. So if you are having any questions, any doubt, you can definitely ask in the comment section, or you can ask in the WhatsApp group, or you can ask in the Telegram group also. Okay, and also you can ping me personally, as most of the people they are pinging me personally if they're having any questions, any doubt they are asking me. So you can ask me that, but maybe there will be some time constraints will be there. I will try to answer you if I have some time or if I have some free time rather. Okay, so that's it for today. So I hope it will be a helpful session for you to crack the interview. I know this is not much of let's say important as per the subjective point. We will be continuing this. We will be trying to cover some of the let's say subjective topic in the coming classes. Okay, how you should prepare for the subjective topics, what kind of questions you might get. So we will be covering day by day, means session by session we will be covering. This is just starting for your interview preparation. I hope this will be helpful. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for giving your valuable time to this. So till the next session, bye bye and take care and keep practicing, keep learning.